music, but just a little bit lower. Anyway. Welcome to a special episode of SSN. What I had predicted in the very short time that I've had a show here and been doing this has came true already. Trump has invaded Iran on behalf of the person who really controls him, Benjamin Netanyahu, our president of the United States. And, yeah, it's a special episode of SSN. I don't even know if I want to consider this a numbered one because I'm not really going to be as sarcastic as what I normally will be, you know? Because sometimes, of course, I'll be, you know, I'll let what my real opinion is in the middle of the sarcasm, but this time I think it'll be more the other way around. There might be a little bit of sarcasm, but it'll be mostly what I think. So, we're completely occupied and controlled by this tiny little country. It's very small on the globe too, by the way. It's amazing to just see the size of it and what they're trying to do. They've been bombing the shit out of a lot of their neighbor countries. And now we got to go into another war. And even though Trump campaigned on no new wars and things like releasing the Epstein files, both things in which he is backpedaled on immediately and lost a lot of followers and sympathy. And absolutely, it is bullshit. And you know, the Democrats that are doing a victory lap, I want to say something too to you guys. I understand it's politics. You're gonna say see what happens, but you haven't been exactly the anti-war party as of late either. And for those being like, fuck everyone who voted Trump, it's like, you know, he betrayed his voters. That's what happened. And, you know, you guys you forced us to go to Trump. With all your gay shit, with everything you're putting into the schools, all the literally just transgender, like, mind control bullshit, and just, like, even borderline pornographic books being put in fucking schools and literally targeting kids. That's what I had a problem with. I don't give a shit if you want to be transgender or gay. I can give a fuck less if you're an adult. But when you're a kid, it's like, hey, do what your mom and dad says, and it doesn't matter how you fucking feel until you until you turn a certain age. Then you can do whatever you want. That's the way this country's supposed to be. So you guys pushed us to voting for this fucking liar, and he went back on his campaign promises, because trust me, if he ran on the platform of, I'm going to fucking go to war with Iran, and I'm going to bury the Epstein files and all this other shit, I guarantee you he wouldn't have won. I don't think Kamala would have won either. I don't even know. You know? It's one of those things where she was so unpopular. I mean, I guess they would have installed her. But, I mean, would she have really done much different? I don't know. I don't know if she would have been as controlled by the Zionists. But the Zionists are who brought us into this war, and they're the people who are evil. Okay? It's not the Jewish people, and it's not the Christians. It's the Zionists, who can be both Jewish or Christian. You know? And, yeah, I'm getting sick of them. And they're the ones who drag us into the last, at least, multiple conflicts that we've been in. Like the Gulf War was probably the first one that I can say for sure they dragged us into. But it's this new wave of neocons that took over the party. And, you know, there was a populist movement under Trump. He seemed like he was going against the establishment. And it all turned out to be a load of shit. It's something that's hard for certain people to swallow because Trump red-pilled certain people. Certain people didn't realize how corrupt the fucking government was until Trump came along. So they just don't want to believe that he can be corrupt. But guess what? Like the shirt I'm wearing says, Kurt Angle said it. It's true. It's true. And what's true is that he's lied verifiably. Look at all these campaign promises. Now the people who used to make up bullshit about Trump, and it was bullshit at the time, the Russiagate, all that. Those people, all they have to do is just run what he said in the past about how many times he said he wouldn't want a regime change in Iran. And he said it many, many, many times. So, this is the person that you're still going to follow? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, unless you're a total Zionist or you're totally brainwashed, I don't get how you can still follow this guy. I understand why you followed him at a certain point, but I cannot understand when he's not following through on a goddamn promise that you could still go with this guy. He literally said on one of his truth socials, I guess you could say, those type of tweets or whatever, literally said on one of them, if you're gonna keep pursuing the Epstein files and all this, I don't want you to follow me anymore and all this shit. Calling people panicking, people like Charlie Kirk, by the way, who were warning him that, going to war with Iran and could escalate to a wider, stupider conflict, and he'll definitely lose popularity. And yeah, most wartime presidents gain it. I know he won't gain it this time, because he's already hated hardcore by the left, and now he lost much of his base. I would say the majority. And the left, if you really want to reunite with us, that would be great. But you got to get back on board with what a man and a woman is. You got to get back on board with just decency, okay? If you believe in abortion, that's fine. But, up until the day of birth and in the fourth quarter and all this shit, I mean, seriously, it's too extreme. You're an extremist with that. Those are the things that pushed a lot of people to vote for Trump. A lot of reasonable people, by the way. And all your fucking brainwashed bullshit that you say when you're like, oh, fuck Trump and fuck everyone who voted for him. It's like, well, guess what? Fuck your gay liberal agenda that you tried to push onto everybody because it didn't need to be. Okay? And I don't hate gay people, but I have to say gay because it's what it was. It was primarily all about who you are. Identity politics. Let's just put it that way. And it was mostly based around, well, if you're not a certain skin color, then it's your sexuality. It's all about who you are, and we'll include you. But if we're diversity in terms of what we look like, but not in terms of what we say or think. They all say and spout the same shit. And it's the same shit that comes from Washington, the swamp, the people who held everyone down, the same FBI that fucking targeted Martin Luther King. These are the people you follow? These are the people that you're on the side of? Leftists? Seriously? If you have any fucking brain, you would understand that you're in the wrong too. It's just not that simple. It's just not that simple. And so to just act like, oh yeah, you're just horrible and our side cares about, welfare and helping people and doing things, and it's like, dude, I'm sure a lot of you guys are genuinely good people, but the leaders of your party are evil, just like the leaders of the right are fucking evil. A lot of people got fooled by Trump. A lot of people did. And, a lot of good people did. Whether you want to call them good or bad or hate on them or not, this is more me talking to liberals. It's kind of like your fault that he got in. Just remember that. When you couldn't define what a fucking man or woman was, and other people weren't standing up to these extremists, when fucking Kamala Harris up there, literally just sounding like an idiot every time she talks, changing accents state to state. It's almost like they wanted him to win. Because who controls us? A little country that is so small. And I want to just, because a lot of people don't know how to see a map or a globe or whatever. And by the way, maybe it's not a globe, maybe it's flat. Who knows? Just for the flat earthers out there who want to be all fucking weird about it. But just showing, this is what controls us, bro. This is what controls us right here. Now, it actually is hard. I know where it is on the map. It's just hard to actually find to show you. But it's very small, right there, that little place. And you know what? They're going after this place. This place. Much bigger. And not only that, why the fuck do we care about this whole side, right? Sorry, it's hard to see this shit and do it in mirror mode here. But yeah, this part of the world. Why do we care so much? Fuck. So much about this part of the world. Why? Why? Because, we live over fucking here. We live here in the United States, bro. And I have to just pull out a globe and say it. And Trump, both his mottos, make America great again. How's this making us great again? America first. How the hell is this America first? You're clearly blackmailed. You went from jail Hillary to, Bill Clinton is a good guy. And, we're going to release the Epstein files to all, or why are we still talking about Epstein? No, this is a time for everybody who voted for you to be pissed off and say, enough, fuck this guy. And honestly, fuck this guy. I want to make that clear. And, yeah, he got us into a war, another stupid war, just like George Bush did, and be on the right side of history as being denouncing it immediately. Because a lot of these idiots, last time around, cheered on the war and realized later, it was just a mistake. Yeah, a mistake. With all those people who died, it was just a mistake. Go fuck yourself. You guys are evil, parasitic bastards. I swear to God, the other government that controls us, that is. They're evil, parasitic bastards. That's all you are. Go. You've already sucked so much from us and drained us so dry. Like what you're going to really, really just shake this hornet's nest until it comes out and bites you. And it's not, and you know, I'm not saying I'm going to do anything, but it's just, if you just keep going after everybody, you're not going to win. Look how small you are on a map. That's why you have to gain territory. That's why you're bombing everyone else. You want to just steal their land all around you. And you want the world's #1 superpower as your way to bully into those countries into making that happen and stealing their territory. But you know something? It's not in the interest of the people in that military and in the people of our government. This is Israel's war. It's not ours. They shouldn't have even started it because there's no way they can win it without us. And we shouldn't have gotten involved. But we have a lying president who said he would not get into new wars. He said it many times. A lot of the people who voted for him are anti-war. And a lot of the people who normally wouldn't vote for a guy like Trump and even thinks he's kind of an asshole, just off of the fact that he said he wouldn't do new wars alone, voted for him. And you cannot discredit the fact that none of that meant shit in the end. Because and don't hate on those voters, but it didn't mean shit in the end because of what he said was all bullshit. But don't discredit the fact that there were good people that did. And you know, it's just because we saw the other side. And it's not just the gay shit that I'm talking about. It's everything. The whole culture, the degenerate culture of just the way it is. It's like, yeah, the main topic let's talk about is like transgender people, very small subset of the population. Let's talk about that 24/7 and put that type of shit in a kid's ears. And you know, prepubescent kids should not be hearing anything about any sexuality. Okay, even straight. Like it's just you guys are sick, and that's the reason you drove people to the right. Motherfucker, it's because of the way you do it in front of kids. It's not what you do in the privacy of your own home, which I could give a fuck less. But I don't want to hear about it either, by the way. I don't either, but I can handle it. You guys put it in kids' ears. That's why you're sick fucks. So just remember that. You're the reason this happened too. Blame yourselves too, liberals. You are the reason that a lot of people voted for this motherfucker. But I get it. He's a lying sack of shit, and that's what it is. So, for SSN, I will leave you there. Fuck Trump. Fuck the war. I hope it doesn't escalate into anything worse. But it was predicted already, on this channel. And shit, how old is this channel? Not very old. I still haven't even got my HD monitor yet, okay? And I was already on. It's easy to predict this shit. So, anyway. He is whack, he's owned by BB, and we do not need these stupid ass wars. Dumb warmongering, stock trading whores, always gotta get on all fours and get fucked by reality. I'm sick of all this bullshit surrounding me. Ah man, I'm mad. Sorry, I can't keep freestyling. It's a upsetting thing, obviously. And this is not what we voted for. This is not what he campaigned on. Of course, a lot of politicians are liars, but he always was the outsider, not the politician. He was all these things, made all these promises, but it's okay. People have been deceived before. He's the biggest fucking deceiver for a lot of people. But just recognize a lot of things that come your way is going to be psychological fucking warfare. It's going to be people acting like they're the good guy, and they're not. And Trump didn't act like the good guy. He acted like the anti-hero that was going to save the day, and even he wasn't. So you got to watch out on every front who the fuck you follow and who's logical and who actually has the interest of this country. Because that's the only thing that we need to run it. That's all we should have leading our country, is someone who keeps our country's priorities first. Israel's conquest is not something that should be in any way our priority. How is it? And we're not going to gain shit from it. We're not. They just have our politicians blackmailed. The Epstein shit came out. It's just basically a way of saying, hey, we showed you, America. We're blackmailing your politicians. We're not even going to show you the rest of the files either because we're going to war because of how much damage that already did. And now you know why they're going to war with us. It's because of the blackmail we got. And they literally don't mind what they're doing to blackmail, which is traffic kids, have them get killed, raped, abused, everything. Everything they're doing. Just pure fucking evil. So guess what? I'm an American that does not want to go. I said it last week. I do not want war. I was saying it to the Middle Eastern people, and I'll say this week. And this is no sarcasm. Like this, this was the stupidest shit that ever happened. None of us voted for it. Like I know very few people who are cheering on the war. Of course, there are a few, but they're the idiots, and they will be on the wrong side of history, and they will not make it. They will not do well in the afterlife. Let's just put it that way. They'll be burning in hell for sure. Anyway, sorry for the tone of this one, but we just got into a new war. I hope it's not going to expand more. I hope I'm just panicking, but people are dying on both sides, and I think they're underreporting the numbers, but we'll see the true nature of it as time progresses, and I'll leave you with that. Have a good night, and rest in peace to all the innocent people who did not deserve to die in this conflict on both sides. For SNN, which was not very sarcastic today, but just isn't a story I could do that to. But yeah, for SSN, I'll leave you there. Alex Lee, have a good night.